Hello. Beep, 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 bop, boop, bop. Technology is amazing. Hello, Gemini. Welcome to your weekly reading that is also timeless. It's Super Windy Saturday. Gemini, every Saturday I read for you, dear viewer. So, let's get right into it. We're going to take the Cosmic Tarot for our 3 cards of general energy. We are going to clarify using my new deck. This is the Baroque Tarot. Beautiful gold foil by Lamucci Designs, by the way. And it's a cool deck because it's based on Rider-Waite-Smith, so pretty classic, but it has it's watercolor kind of. It's beautiful. Let me put it that way. It's a little less cartoony, and it definitely has some. It has more depth to it to me. I don't know. I really like it. It's becoming my very favorite take on a Rider-Waite-Smith to date so far. Yes, I love the Baroque. Anyway, brand new deck. Let's get into it. You care, right? And then the potential outcome will be the Cosmic Tarot once more. So, Gemini, don't mind my weird behavior. Let's get right into it. I'm feeling very positive. I hope you're feeling very positive too, Gemini. All right, 7 of Wands. We're kicking it off with the 7 of Wands. All right. Got the Emperor. Okay, and we have the 10 of Wands. Let's look at this 10 of Wands for a minute. Cosmic Tarot is a little different. Sometimes read a lot different. This is an interesting 10 of Wands here. Normally 10 of Wands is kind of like carrying a burden on your back and finally releasing it, right? We have the Page of Wands on the bottom. So we have fire throughout, Gemini. This is all fire. Wands. The Emperor is the card of Aries. It's fire. Wands are the suit of fire. So all about passion, all about inspiration. What's going on, Gemini? Okay. Let's dig into this for a moment. We have an individual here. We have an Emperor. We've got a defensive energy. We've got a... You can see this guy's sort of getting ready to fight off these other wands that are coming in, right? It's not an aggressive energy of, like, starting something, but it's an energy of standing your ground and, like, being defensive. And then we have the 10 of Wands here, which is kind of about... Again, like I was saying, is about releasing a burden, typically about releasing burdens, but I would say that this one is kind of the same, actually. In a way, it doesn't really translate the same way to me, but it looks like a surrender, kind of, doesn't it? So we have a juxtaposition between like standing your ground and sort of surrendering to something. I think that something you've been holding on to is finally being released. Could be around a person, an emperor type. Something's finally being released that you were fighting for a long time, and maybe you're letting go of it. And I think that's actually going to bring about, a new beginning for you where you've got a new inspiration and a new passion that's coming forward. And it's bringing about a little bit of a spiritual healing as well, okay? All right, Gemini. Let's get some clarification, though, on the 7 of Wands for you. Gemini. All right, Gemini. What does Gemini need to know about the 7 of Wands? Yeah. Maybe some of you are letting go of a Emperor type. Finally. Somebody you've been maybe chasing, it's not reciprocal. And then, of course, gender doesn't matter. So Emperor, Empress, whatever you want to call it, but maybe some chasing, some persistence is coming to an end in some way. We have the 7 of Cups here. That's choices. That's options. We have the Page of Wands here. So the Page of Wands underlying, now the Page of Wands here. Okay. And we have the Fool. Yeah, starting a new chapter here, a new journey, a new major cycle. Underlying right now is the Hierophant. This is Taurian energy. It's also a card of tradition, of institution, mentors, things of that nature. It's interesting. Okay. 7 of Wands, 7 of Cups. I think you've done a lot of soul searching because the sevens are actually cards of inaction. Like I was saying, the wands The Seven of Wands guy is getting ready to defend himself, but not really doing anything yet. Prepared, right? Seven of Cups is considering options available to you. Again, not really doing anything yet other than taking stock and considering options available to you. The Page of Wands, like we just talked about, it's a newfound inspiration after something, completing its cycle. Basically, the next card after the Ten of Wands, which is a card of release and surrender of that passion, is the Page of Wands, and it's sort of it's like a new start, basically. Something new coming in that will inspire you, but also something that brings about some healing of some kind. And then we have the Fool's Journey. Yes, the Fool. We have the Fool here. I think you're going to start something new. So, yeah. I do feel like something's being released. Certainly. An idea, a concept, a person, something's being released here. Let's get some clarification on the Emperor for you. Right now. What does Gemini need to know about this Emperor? What does Gemini need to know about this Gemperor? Yes, good job. It's one of those days. I have no idea what Mercury is doing right now, but I'm having difficulty speaking, so that's fun. It could just be me. Anyway, regarding the Emperor, we have the Ace of Cups. We have the Empress. So we have an Emperor and an Empress and an Ace of Cups. And we have the Four of Wands, which is celebration, or excuse me, the Five of Wands. Let me back that up a little bit. Okay, we have the Five of Wands. The Five of Wands, these people are, it's normally associated with like a card of conflict. I feel like all these people are sort of having like a debate or a reasonable discussion, but it's basically like different points of view, different opinions, different perspectives, and there's sort of some kind of reasoning and debate going on. So, Gemini, again, the overall vibe of this, it seems like you are releasing something, because the Seven of Wands, again, is like very defensive, and the Five of Wands here is kind of showing up as more of a rational discussion or a debate. I think that basically you and another person are sort of revising the way that you communicate, the way that you reason together, trying to figure out a way to align your passions, which may give you the opportunity to really move forward in a strong bond with a person. An Emperor, an Empress, and an Ace of Cups is like, I mean, that's power couple energy. That's a, soulmate kind of energy. It's a divine union kind of energy. Take it as it resonates, but if you are interested in a high caliber person, an Emperor or Empress, you sort of have to match their energy, right? So I think really you kind of have to be about your kind of have to be on your own hustle in a way if you want to keep up with somebody like that. The World is on the bottom of the deck, which is interesting because we had the Fool and now we have the World. That's the entire major arcana, the whole cycle, right? Start to finish. It's maybe a very significant situation here. I mean, it seems like a very significant situation. I'm still a little puzzled. I think that a lot of this has to do with, I feel like it's surrendering some kind of stronghold to allow this to come in. There's some persistence here that maybe is obstructing a little bit. But this is looking very positive. Gemini, it's looking very positive so far. I'm let's see if we can get a little more clarity. All right. Regarding the Ten of Wands, what does Gemini need to know about the Ten of Wands? I'll do one more shuffle here. Say hello. All right. Ten of Wands. We've got, the Five of Swords. So, easiest way to understand Five of Swords to me is just arguments that lead to a timeout or a separation. Harsh words were exchanged, right? We have the Magician. This is alchemy. This is making the best of a situation, of a circumstance. And then we have the Ten of Cups. Wow. Okay. Underlying the deck is Eight of Wands. Eight of Wands is about rapid communication coming in, rapid changes. This is about all of your passions being aligned. So there's sort of, what I'm seeing here, Gemini, is like you and another person, you may have a romantic interest in them. There's some kind of impasse between you two that is causing a lot of difficulty. But I think that this Ten of Wands energy, again, is some kind of surrendering to maybe it's surrendering to be quote unquote right about something, and maybe it's like suggesting a more diplomatic approach to the conflict, right? Because the conflict is leading to a timeout or a separation. But the alchemy is here, you know, making lemonade out of lemons, so to speak. You have the ability to turn this around. You're equipped to do so. You have all the tools you need to do so. So there's something that you need to really tap into and understand about the situation. Try to see it from their point of view, but also recognize the fact that, you know, if you can attract more bees with honey, you know what I mean? There may be some call for some diplomacy here and some you know, making efforts to see things from the other point of view. And then we have the Ten of Cups, of course, which is beautiful happiness. I mean, this is the ultimate happiness card here. Ace of Cups, Ten of Cups, right? The whole cycle of cups. We've got the Emperor and the Empress. We had the Fool and the World. I mean, this is big stuff, Gemini. I feel like you really are on the cusp of something pretty substantial here in terms of figuring out how to work with this person. Again, Eight of Wands on the bottom. This is like that clear communication and aligning your purposes, right? Your practical, your passions. Aligning your passions into a cohesive and powerful thing that moves forward. Power couple, right? An Emperor and an Empress is a power couple. Gemini. So, all right. This is very interesting. Hello. We get 3 cards of potential outcome for you now, Gemini. Yes, indeed. We have the King of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. King of Pentacles is secure. King of Pentacles is financially secure, financially abundant, and is really a king of peacetime. You know, we don't fight and wage wars because we're happy and abundant. So it's a peaceful, very peaceful energy there. All right. We've got the Five of Pentacles. Okay, that's sort of swinging almost the exact opposite direction of the King of Pentacles. And then we have the Ace of Wands. More wands. Another ace. New inspiration. Newfound inspiration. I think that there's a big... And then we've got the Prince of Wands on the bottom here. This is the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is an excitable character. This person gets real passionate, real motivated, and goes after something. But they have the tendency to be distracted easily or can shift easily because their inspiration and their lust for life, quote unquote, has them constantly distracted and enjoying new, exciting things. So there may be some insight there, Gemini, as far as how you interact with this other person. Basically, I think what this is saying is like your security with this other person is very, very much a subjective thing, not so much an objective thing. And that if you feel like there's lack in it, yeah, there's lack in it because it's how you're feeling, but it is a bit illusory, I think. The power really lies with you in this Magician card to take what's available to you, change your perspective about it, and then start to work with it. Focusing on the problem in a situation like that often can stagnate your ability to find a solution if you let the negativity overcome it. So I basically feel like you actually are in a place of security within your abundance with this person, but there's a sensation of lack or a feeling of lack here. Left out in the cold, you know, like you're because there's a standoff. So, and then basically, I feel like if you can get past that standoff with the Emperor or the Empress, in your case, whatever it may be, there's going to be a new inspiration coming in, a newfound passion, a restored passion. I don't know. Need I say more? Gemini. So that's what I have for you. And I do recall seeing the Hierophant earlier in this reading. Some of you, I am literally talking about your marriage, and there's some kind of standoff that needs to be resolved. Others of you, it may be a relationship you currently have that's something to do with resolving a conflict. It does seem to be centered around that in a lot of ways. That Ace of Cups is like, again, a new offer of love. So there's some revitalization of love and emotion in this situation. And then for some of you, it could be, those of you that are single, it could be a new thing, certainly. A new offer of love that's coming in from this Emperor type, but there is going to be work involved. So, for example, if you're an Emperor type, it may be entrepreneurial, they may be very highly motivated, they may be a go-getter. Well, that comes at a cost. You don't yeah, it comes at a cost. If this person is out and about doing their thing, don't think that you're going to be able to have them all to yourself in the sense of like all the time and attention, because obviously they invest a lot of time and attention into whatever it is that they're about that gives them that entrepreneurial success. So there may be something like that too for some of you. If you meet a highly successful counterpart type that is entrepreneurial or just very successful in their career, just understand that in order to maintain that, they have to maintain that. And they probably have a large passion to continue to grow it. So understand that going into it. And I feel like if you're willing to communicate openly with this new person or this existing person, there is a lot of opportunity for happiness for you, Gemini. So that's what I have. Thank you so much for tuning in. Super Windy Saturdays every Saturday for you, Gemini. If you're not subscribed and this resonated, please consider subscribing. And with that, have a beautiful week, and I hope to see you next time.